Hey guys, John here from etrailer.com. Today we have our 2019 Toyota RAV4. We're test fitting the Konig XB16 tire chains. These tire chains have D-links and a diamond pattern, so they are going to give you a consistent ride as opposed to like ladder style chains where it's a little more of like a clunking feeling as you're running over bumps. And the D-links are the better style of chains you would like, better than, say, cables, which give you a little bit of traction but not as much. This is a great application for snow and ice. The tires we have on our RAV4 today are size 225, 65, 17. So this chain fits this specific tire. If you have a different tire size, I do recommend using our fit guide to make sure that the chain will fit. Also, it's a good idea to check your owner's manual. For this vehicle today, the owner's manual says to install chains only on the front tires. It's very important to make sure we don't damage anything on the vehicle. Even though the XB16 is a little more of a standard tire chain from Konig, I do feel like they really thought of us when they were making it. For one, the case that comes with it, it's durable. It's not like some of those sacks where it's just going to rip. So we were able to store this in our vehicle. On the back, it actually has a little bit of a like hook and loop, so when we put it in our rear hatch area or our trunk, that'll stick to the carpet, so this isn't just rolling around. The instructions are on the back, so we can just lay this down in the snow or maybe the mud, and we can still have our instructions. There's a bag that comes with instructions with kind of a laminate finish. Again, we can just lay it down and not have to worry about them getting ruined. There's some gloves in here. We have a kneeling pad. We have some extra links. So they really do think about us being out in the elements while we're installing our chains. So while this does have a basic design, it does have some features that other standard snow chains don't have. Like we have this tensioning down here and these clips that are plastic so they don't harm our wheel. And so instead of having to purchase a separate tensioner that we hook on all the different links, it's just built in. So it's a little bit easier, it's less parts we have to remember about having with us while we're out in the elements. To take it off, we're just going to reverse the steps that we used when we installed it. First, remove the tensioner. Then remove this clip. Then we will reach behind, unfasten that loop, feed it back behind our tire. Now we're ready to store it in our case, put it in the back of our vehicle for the next time we have to do this. Now that we've gone over some of the features, let's install it together. First thing we do is after we get our carrying case out of the car, we'll open it up. There's 4 tabs, just pull out. And remove our chain. I would like to say as I'm doing this, I do recommend when you put the chains back in the case, try to be as neat as possible, because be mindful when you install these, you're going to be out in the elements, and the last thing you want to do is be kneeling in the snow trying to get your chains all untangled and ready to go. With our chain removed, we can actually flip the carrying case over and they have the instructions printed here on the back. First thing we want to do with our chain out is to lay it out, make sure that everything is untangled. Again, which is why I recommend when you put them away to try to be a little more systematic about it, not just toss it in. Not just toss it in the case. Makes it a little bit easier to do this. We're in a nice warm garage today, but I know I would want to be getting this done as quickly as possible if I was outside. So with our chain laid out, you see there's a divide right here. We need to feed this back behind our tire. The yellow side is going to be facing to the front. Bring it out on the other side. And that divide I pointed out, that's going to be where our chain, half of it sits over here, the other half sits over here. Next step is to bring your 2 end pieces up behind our tire, and we'll make our connection. drape your chains over the tire. We want to try to make sure that these links here are towards the center of our tread as much as possible. Then we can start making our connections to install the chain. We'll have some loose links here. We'll bring up to this hook. After we've made our connection up top, we'll take this long piece with the rubber end. We'll feed it through the wheel. We'll pull back on this tab and just wrap it around. Tension it up. The next step is to feed it through these two red clips. And then we need to find the next place. So right here gives us enough tension. This isn't an exact art. This part, just pick a link that's going to give you some tension. As we travel down the road, this will tension up a little more. I do recommend after we install it on this side and the other side, drive a little bit, then get back out and check to make sure everything is still installed correctly. I would like to mention, we talked about having the yellow end of that blue ring facing towards the front of the vehicle. Another indicator to make sure this is installed correctly are these links here. They have a curved end and we want that side up against our tire. That way this open end isn't digging into the rubber, and that'll just be all the way around where our rim is. So that's another indicator that you have it installed correctly. And that'll complete our look at the Konig XB16 tire chains on our 2019 Toyota RAV4. Thanks for watching.